Yes, yes, we arrived at week 14 of the spreads of the week. My co-host Mike, with his beak ahead of me, 47.5% on the year. That average is climbing up slow there, Mike. I'm at 44%. So we've had a few good weeks behind us now.
Yeah, we've done all right, haven't we? I think I got my highest tally of the year so far, didn't I, last week? So that's encouraging. Yeah, it does seem to be the pattern. I quite often have a substantial mid-season slump, but
Yeah, we
uh,
do. We had quite a slump, but
yeah,
yeah, coming out the end,
yeah.
okay.
I think a lot of quarterbacks got injured this year as well. So it kind of made
Yeah,
it hard to call some of those games, and some of those QBs are coming back now, which does make it a bit more predictable.
yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
not too many trends we've noticed, but we had been pretty good at picking our um, Thursday night games, but took a L this week. We both backed the Cowboys to cover the 3.5 points, and they got kind of routed in the end by the Lions. A bit disappointing for the betters and the Cowboys because I think a lot of people will be laying on the Cowboys.
yeah, no, it was. I to be honest, I felt relatively comfy on that one. I did think Dallas would win that game actually. Just
Yeah,
felt like all the momentum was with them. That's a real kick in the teeth for Dallas there because they sort of had to capitalize on that momentum while they had it. You felt, and now they've sort of opened the
yeah,
door back up for the Eagles. I mean, we don't really have to dwell on this for too long, but yeah, this was the final. So yeah, needless to say, we did not cover there because what was the line? Did you say 3.5?
yeah, just 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I thought the line was, I thought Dallas might even be lower than that, to be honest, like 1.5 or something, given the form they were on. I mean, just beating the Chiefs and the Eagles. But yeah, that's the NFL.
yeah. Well, so we're one down already, so we need to buck our ideas up. Joe, buck our ideas up a bit. So Uh, do you want to go first here?
Yeah, I mean, I do have a strong opinion on this.
Oh well, yeah, by all means then, because I don't really. But yeah, go
Yeah, no,
for it.
I looked at it earlier and I thought, do I? But I do. I'm going to take the Dolphins on this one, -2.5, because I have said to you the last few weeks I'm on the Dolphins train. They're still playing for McDaniel, still turning up, and the defense is playing better than it was before, and they're doing a few things now on offense. Their running game looks good. The running game should travel well to a depleted Jets team here. So I just like the Dolphins. They didn't cover last week against the Saints, but they missed that only by 1.5. They had a bit of a wobble there last week against the Saints, but I mean, they were very comfortable for most of that game. So I want to take the Dolphins to cover and win by a field goal or more here.
Yeah, I was away last weekend, so I didn't really see a lot. I didn't see any of the games, in fact, and obviously I didn't watch back the Dolphins this week, so I didn't really see them win that game. But you were quite confident calling that ahead, and I wasn't sure I agreed with you. So I think you've got a better read on the Dolphins than I have. So I'm just going to follow your lead here and take the Dolphins as well, purely because. As I said, I don't really have a strong feeling about this one because I actually think the Jets have looked okay after trading some of those players away. I think they've kind of rallied around the coach a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adonai Mitchell looks like a good ad for them as well in that trade. He's started making some plays for them. If they can get Garrett back as well, they'll be, Garrett Wilson, sorry, they'll be in
Yeah.
good shape on offense. Well, better shape than they were earlier in the season. So, yeah, it could be a close game, but I'm going to take the Finns. Just.
Yeah, I will say the Dolphins beat the Bills only a few weeks ago. Almost forgot about that, but that was a good shock of the season, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I wasn't giving them enough credit, so I'm gonna give them
Hmm.
some credit this week.
A bit of credit.
Bit of
Oh dear.
credit. Yeah.
You got the honor of this one.
Yeah. Um, so it's not been too often that you can come into a game as a Titans fan and say, yeah, we've got the better quarterback this week, but I think you can probably say that this week.
You just haven't
However,
got to throw it to.
no, he hasn't, and I think this defense is, and I think the bookmakers have called. That's why they're calling it as a
Yeah.
more than a field goal because I think the defense. I think they'll struggle to keep Miles Garrett off Ward this week. They just haven't shown me enough on offense to suggest they can really do anything against this Browns defense, and so the Browns won't really have to do much on offense. I'm sure it'll be a very run heavy script again for the Browns. So and they're at home in adverse conditions. The Titans won't really want to come up and play in this cold. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns here.
Yeah, just looking out the window. Snow's been falling all morning here in Cleveland, so yeah, this would be rough for the Titans. I agree with all your points, really, not much more to add. I was on the Titans bandwagon for a few weeks there in the middle of the season. They were starting to cover some of these spreads as underdogs, but then they just got destroyed by the Jaguars last week. The kind of average Jaguars team, really, we both think, and they were just nowhere in that. So yeah, I agree. Brown's going to clamp down on here, win by a touchdown or more, just on defense.
Yeah, I think so. Right. Well, this will be one that a lot of people will be interested in. To be honest, it doesn't really appeal to me a great deal. But the Ravens come in as quite heavy favorites. Oh, goodness me, I'm not quite sure why that would be. It's
Wow.
you. It's you to go first, isn't it? Wait.
It is. I mean, I can see the Steelers just absolutely turning up for this game with a point
Yeah,
to
that's
prove.
the problem I have with it as well.
But that's, yeah, that's what my mind is telling me. But like everything, all the discourse this week is that the Rooney's are going to fire Tomlin now. He's going to have a losing season for the first time. It is the kind of game where the Steelers will turn up now for him and play. But oh God. Oh, this is right. I'm gonna take the Ravens, but I don't like this at all. I mean, the Ravens have just been destroying everyone lately. What was their Thanksgiving result?
Can't remember. If I navigate off this screen, we'll probably not be able to get it back. So I'll let you check that.
Oh no, sorry, they lost to the Bear. The Bungles beat them on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
called that one. Yeah, I thought Burrow might come back and do them.
oh God! All right, I'm gonna take the Steelers then. I just I feel happier taking the Steelers than I would the Ravens. But I don't know which way this is going to go. These are two disappointing teams this year who haven't really done much to give faith to anyone betting on them. So I'm just going to take the underdog in the divisional match here.
Ugh. Is Rogers playing? I assume Rogers is playing, is he?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah,
Yeah, he's not. He's not. Is he listed as questionable? No, no. So he's playing.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll take the Steelers as well. Not happy about it. George
yeah.
Pickens has more receiving yards than the entire Steelers receiving core put together so far this season. So that trade hasn't aged well for the Steelers. That piece of business. Yeah, but I just don't like taking the Ravens to blow them out. As you say, it didn't look. I watched that game back actually, not in full, but I did watch it back because I was curious to see what went wrong. And I don't know. I think the wheels might be coming off this Ravens offense a little bit. Yeah, I don't see them blowing the Steelers out. So yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers as well.
Nice.
So that moves us on to a stinker. Commanders
Ugh.
at Vikings. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Commanders are a 1 point favorite. I mean, is Wentz surely must be playing because the young lad came in and threw 4 interceptions last week, didn't he?
Yeah,
So surely it's Wentz starting this game. You'd have thought.
unless he's injured. I know. Didn't he injure himself?
He's not listed.
Oh, okay. All right.
McCarthy is listed as concussion.
Oh
So
no,
he's
Wentz is out for the season.
so he's gone. Oh, so
Yeah.
they're playing that kid again that threw four
Ah,
picks.
yeah. All right. Well, that's
Oh,
made it easy for
oh,
me.
Commanders, yeah.
Yeah.
Commanders are ridiculous.
Commanders competitive last week against the Broncos in that game, which we both called. I think we both got that spread. So let's back him again.
Yeah, yeah, good point. Actually, I moved off that one quite quickly, but that is a good point. We did say that was more about the Broncos though than the
Yeah, it
Commanders.
was.
Bronco,
Yeah,
as you often say, Tom, they come down to their level of opposition, the Broncos, which is a yeah, obviously a frustrating trait to have. Um, right, Bills, yeah, big favorites against the Bengals. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals here. I don't see any reason to change. I took them last week when Burrow was back, and I'll just stay on that bandwagon. That defense from the Bills, I just don't think it's very good. I keep saying it over and over again. And yeah, I'm going to take that. I think the Bengals could put up a lot of points here. Chase back. I need to make sure he's in my fantasy lineup. My goodness, I took him out because of his
mm.
suspension. But yeah, he's probably going to light up the scoreboard. I'd have thought. So yeah, yeah, Bungles for me.
I would imagine. Yeah, one of his best traits is a yak man, Jamar Chase, and given the inability of several of these Bills players to tackle properly, I think that could be a problem, as well as T. Higgins running around back there. So yeah, I like the Bengals to cover as well. The Bills need to start looking at getting some actual outside receivers for Josh Allen to throw to because it's a little one-dimensional now, that Bills offense. If you stop that running game. So yeah, I've actually this is the time of year when the Bengals just go on these runs as well. So then yeah, I was probably most confident about this one to be honest.
Yeah, the Bengals get hot when they're virtually out of the playoff
Yeah.
contention. Yeah. Although to be fair, this year that was obviously due to
Yeah, it was injury.
they've structured their entire franchise around Joe Burrow. If he gets injured, they're not playing. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's as simple as that. All right, Saints Bucks. Obviously, this is a huge line. Um,
Ooh.
I think
Well,
the Bucks bounced back last week, didn't they? Which I didn't they? Yeah, I think so.
yeah, yeah, you were
Yeah.
correct about that.
Yeah,
I
I think they've
was,
been playing a bit better than their recent results have suggested.
yeah, I was going on the results really. Um, yeah, this is tough. Tyler Shook's actually got the best numbers of any rookie quarterback starting this year, which probably shouldn't be that surprising, given what's transpired. But I'm going to take the Bucks. I'm going to flip flop back to the Buccaneers this week. It's a home game for them. I think the defense will cause Shook some problems. Like Todd Bowles' defense against a rookie quarterback, you got to like that matchup.
Yeah, I think they're starting to get everybody healthy now as well. The Bucks on offense, so they can be very dangerous when they've got all of their weaponry out there. Obviously, minus Mike Evans, who I think is done for the season with whatever he did to himself. So yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks as well. I'm going to go down with you. Go down the same line as you with your flip flops on there in Tampa. So the weather for it down there is sunny 75. Good weather for flip flop. I'll go. I'll go for the Bucks as well.
I'm a bit worried though. We've had about 5 or 6 straight agreements so far on these. About 7. We've agreed on all 7 so far.
Yeah, I mean to be fair though, this slate of games,
Yeah.
they're not particularly good games. Like they're for this reason there's some quite clear favorites in these. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, that's me, isn't it? Yeah, I was waiting for you, but it's my turn to pick it. So yeah, they're obviously making the Seahawks a big favorite here on the road in the dome. Remind me, due to my absence last week, I can't remember. It looks like the Falcons lost, looking at their record.
Yeah. They had a bad loss last week. I can't remember who it was against now. Let me check.
Yeah.
Oh, the Jets. The Jets did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
No,
wheels have come off there now.
yeah. Cousins looks cooked as well. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks here, come in and get a at least a touchdown win against an ailing Falcons team, and yeah, they're going to be looking across the board at their approach. I think head coach might be in trouble there as we get towards Black Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm quite tempted to differ. Seahawks do have that incredible road record, though. That's often mentioned, but you can't ignore it. 6.5 points. Yeah, go on. I don't think there's much atmosphere in that Mercedes-Benz Dome. Only one day after hosting the SEC championship, so I suppose it's artificial turf, so it doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
does it? But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Agreement.
carpet over concrete there. So not going to be. That's the advantage, Tom, of having an artificial pitch. You can just play games forever
There we go.
as people concuss themselves all over the shop. Uh, right.
Right, here we
Game.
go. Here's a proper spread of the week, finally, to the
Game.
AFC South.
Yeah, this is one we can actually have a debate about. Could well differ on this one. So it's your honor, I think, Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, is it? Okay, yeah, it is. Um,
Oh no,
yeah,
yes, no, it is. Yeah, no, it is. It is.
okay. Yeah, the common logic, as we often say in the AFC South, is you take the away team to get the result. It's one where home field advantage never seems to quite matter at the AFC South. The Colts are 1.5 point favorites. So they are coming off quite a slump of their own now, the Colts. Getting manhandled by the Texans last week after, sorry, throwing that game in KC. The Jaguars are winning a couple of these tough games. I just think the Colts just do slightly enough to control this one and come out here with the win. The Jags are one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. They thumped a bad Titans team last week, but I can see them taking their foot off the gas a bit here. And the Colts need a win quite badly, actually. So I'm just going to back the Colts to get this done.
Yeah. So I think the Jags have already played the Titans twice, right?
Mm,
I believe. So that that 8-4 record, like they've played the
mm.
Titans twice. It maybe looks a bit better on paper than it is in reality.
Yeah.
And I think the Colts are still a very good football team. I still think they're the class of the AFC South. Uh, well, actually, no. To be fair, no. Actually, I think the Texans, the Texans would have a big argument about that. But yeah, I don't know. I just think they're a better football team than the Jags. Interestingly, the Jags just being described here as a familiar boogeyman for the Colts. So maybe Colts fans probably seem to dread playing the Jags for whatever reason. But I'm going to take the Colts as well. I just think they should win on paper. And everyone, all the major players are healthy. So for both sides. So I think in that kind of situation, you just got to take the stronger roster and just hope you're right about it. I think.
Yeah, I think that article is referring to a few years ago when the Colts just had to win an in to get in the playoffs, and they went to Duval against
Oh,
a
I think I
more
remember.
Jaguars team, and they actually handled them. One of the games of that year. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, I agree with you. I just think the Colts are a better team at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it's maybe a bit more apprehensive about it, but we'll watch on. We'll watch on with interest at 6 p.m. Well, 6 p.m. my time.
Oof.
Broncos, Raiders. Yeah, I'm going to take the Raiders here. Usual policy applies in that I don't think the Broncos will blow them out. So yeah, I'll take the Raiders. The Broncos will play down to their level, I suspect.
Oof. Yeah, is this the
It's just a week where it doesn't happen, I know, but I'm happy to take that risk.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't have. I'm gonna take the Broncos because I think they're playing the worst team in the NFL by a distance actually now. Um, I don't see how the Raiders are going to score more than 10 points in this. So I can see the Broncos going to like 19 or something. So I'm happy to differ. I'm going to take the Broncos for once. I'll get off the Denver favorite bandwagon and take them as favorites.
Nice, nice. I like it. We've got to differ.
But have some differ.
You you just put it in even if you don't believe it. You just want you like to be a contrarian. Your natural contrarian streak comes back to haunt you, Tom. Um, no, I think you could very well be right about that. The Raiders are terrible, but I'm just gonna
I can't put money on the Raiders. I mean, God, if I was betting on that, there's no way I could.
no, no.
Yeah.
All right, Bears at Packers. The Bears fresh off absolutely handling the Eagles. Although it was a bit closer than maybe it's being made out. It was only a one-score game going into the fourth quarter. But yeah, obviously they put 290 rushing yards on the Birds last week. So this Bears offense seems to have found a rhythm to some degree.
Mm.
Uh, I'm going to take the Bears here. I'm not quite sure how you could make the Packers almost a touchdown favorite. Am I missing something there? That seems like a strange line.
I gave a big frown as soon as I saw this one because I can't believe this number as well. I don't know what has gone on into this, but
I don't
there's,
think they've really thumped anyone this year, have they, the Packers?
I
It's
don't think so. No.
Rome Odunze is out for the Bears, but I mean, he hasn't really hit the heights.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, last week the Packers handled the Lions quite comfortably. Just kind of going
yeah,
through the games here. I mean, they beat a bad Vikings team the week before, so there's nothing in the form book that is suggesting you should take the Packers. The Jets covered against them in week 11 as underdogs, so yeah, it's odd. I don't think Rome Odunze needs to affect the line that much.
no, so I don't think that can't have affected the line. I was just sure they must. For a
Yeah,
sec when I saw that, I thought, is Williams not playing?
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, um, I'm yeah quite happy with that one. Yeah,
This is
I think
mystifying. Yeah, very mystifying. I'm
I,
gonna take
I, I, I will say I think Packers will win this game though. I think the Bears are they're a very good they're a much improved team. But I don't think they're a complete team yet. If you watch their all 22, which I know I keep saying it, I've done a lot this year. They've still got plenty of mistakes in them. And I think against a good Packers defense, that might come back to haunt them this week. And these are the kind of games you know. There's no shame in going up to Green Bay and losing in that division. That happens sometimes. So
yeah.
uh, maybe just a bit of a reality check for the Bears, but not a blowout. I don't think.
Yeah, see, I know. I wouldn't. I'd fancy the Bears to do it actually.
To win.
Yeah, get the win. I mean, that rush attack. They're getting Luther Bird in the third a bit more involved these days. It's all looking pretty rosy for the Bears, I have to say.
Oh, can you
Oh,
hear me
hey,
still?
there you go. You lost your screen for a sec. You're right now.
Yeah, no, that I went completely black there for a second. I thought I was gone, but I'm back. You can't kill me. Can't kill me that easily. Um, so yeah, I've
Oh,
lost the game.
back a bit.
I've gone back. I've gone forward into the future to the 14th of December. I'm all of a dither now, Tom. So anyway, you finish up your thoughts on the Bears.
Well, I was just saying that they've got the rush attack going. They got two good backs now. They're getting Luther Bird in the third more involved, which is good to see because I thought we had some promise getting him just getting him touches any way possible. So yeah, I thought that was a good strategy for them, and yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see him win that, honestly.
Okie doke. I really don't like what the Athletic have done with this website. The ticker used to be on the top of every NFL related screen, and now I have to navigate around all this. This is
Mm.
exhausting. Right. Rams at cards.
Oh, it's me now. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, the Rams were also made 9.5 point favorites last week in that loss to the Panthers.
Yeah.
So now they come to the desert. So a couple of road games here for the Rams. I mean, they didn't do too much wrong in that game, to be fair, the Rams. The Cards, it's been more about them just being a bit plucky, the Cards, and covering these spreads. I mean, they have covered quite a chunk this year. I'm going to take the Cards. It's a home team in the divisional game. So I really can't bet too much against them. I mean, they're 50% this year on the spreads. Yeah, just on that logic, that's a home dog. I'm going to take the Cards. But maybe you'll differ here. Is this a chance for a differ?
No.
No.
I'm gonna take the cards here. My gut says cards.
Yeah.
I think the Rams bounce back with a win after a bit of a letdown game last week. But I think I don't know if it'll be by more than by 10 points or more. It's big margin in the NFL that, and I think the Cardinals are a little bit pluckier than that. Brissett, I've enjoyed watching Brissett this year. Actually, I find him quite fun to watch.
Yeah.
He keeps them competitive in games. They never win them, but he keeps
Yeah.
them around in them, which is fun. Fun for the neutral. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals are plucky, as I say. So I'm happy to take them there.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, trouble for my boy Jonathan Gannon there. I think that might be
Yeah.
Dunzo for him. Three pretty mediocre losing seasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, really good one here. Uh, you better pick it.
Yeah. It's a field goal and a half game in favor of the Chiefs. In favor of the 6-6 Chiefs, coming off a bad loss in Thanksgiving. Well, the offense really couldn't get going. I think we spoke about it a bit earlier. The real issue in this game is that Houston pass rush against these tackles. The inadequate Chiefs tackle play is likely to bite them here. I mean, I can't see how. The thing is, you can't prepare for it. There's just not. It's just better players going against worse players. So I don't really think there's anything you can do unless you're leaving max protect in all the time. But even that, I'm not sure how much that will help. So I have to go Texans here to cover and maybe put the nail in the Chiefs' playoff hopes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to agree with that, Tom. I mean, we spoke about a little bit about this earlier. I think it's one of the sort of bigger mismatches schematically we've seen. Obviously, Andy will have a plan. Andy Reid will have a plan to try and chip those ends,
Mm.
give the tackles help. But that hasn't really worked for anybody against this Texans front. They've been absolutely ferocious. It's probably the best edge rushing duo in the NFL since probably Mathis and Freeney all those years ago in
Mm.
the early 2000s. They're just devastating, to be honest. So yeah, I think they were yeah, there wouldn't really be any shame in the Chiefs not being able to handle it. And yeah, I think the Texans could get a bit of a statement win here, in fact, and sort of say, yeah, we're gonna take this AFC by the scruff of the neck here and go in with momentum. And they could be really dangerous, the Texans, for any team in the AFC. If they get some momentum here before the playoffs. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to take Texans as well.
Yeah. Also, Chiefs defense not quite playing to the level it has when we've gone on those big playoff runs.
Good point.
But we are coming out of base personnel, having the three linebackers on the field a lot, and I'm not. I think it's more because we don't have the depth at defensive back as we have before as well. But it is a bit of an odd strategy, I have to say, and some of those players looking a little leggy these days as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was sort of I was intrigued by it and sort of commending it earlier in the season as a bit of a different approach. Yeah, play the three linebackers, play more zone. But yeah, teams seem to have got wise to it a little bit more and spreading you out and kind of picking you apart a bit, which Spags is going to have to come up with an answer
Yeah.
because it's getting a bit tight now. Need to start winning every game, but well, you have to win out as you said earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, really disappointing. I have to say I fully expected us to beat the Bears last week.
Hmm.
I think I said as much on here. I didn't feel I thought the Bears were a good team, but we were just going to be too good for them with our experience. But no, alas, didn't happen. Jalen Carter is now out with he's injured
Hmm.
both. He's having both shoulders looked at, examined, or something, which is sounds pretty devastating for quite a young player. So that might give you cause for concern. But I think the Eagles are a bit better than they were in 2023 when the wheels came off and they completely fell apart. I
Hmm.
don't think they're quite as bad as that. The defense is still playing at an elite level. So I'm gonna take the Eagles here to win by a field goal in LA and sort of get the season back on track. Go Birds.
I'm going to differ on the last one. Um, I haven't covered the last 2 weeks, the Eagles, and I just feel like we've been burned on them a little bit this year. They have got a good ATS record this year. I'm just looking. I think they're 7-5 against the spread, and pretty much all those games they would have been favorites in. So it shows you it's probably a decent move to take them as favorites, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a very tight game, a very squeaky bum kind of game here, and just one play here or there can do it. I just back the Chargers to kind of just grind it out. Have the Chargers got their running back yet? Well, I suppose Vidal's been a very good replacement either way for Marion Hampton. So the Chargers have got to take a leaf out the Bears here and just try and run it, especially with Jalen Carter out. And I think they have the personnel to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna back them to get it done.
Yeah, I think offensive line concerns for the Chargers. I think that would probably you'd feel a bit more confident about stopping the run against that front than the Bears front was quite expensively put together with free agents. They're a good front, the Bears. So yeah, I think that'll be an issue. But yeah, no, I can understand that. The Eagles have looked terrible, and obviously if they lose this one, they look terrible the last 2 weeks, I should say. If they lose this one, then yeah, there's going to be real problems in Philadelphia. They're already egging the offensive coordinator's house in Philly. It's it's all kicking off. So yeah, got a must win really. Otherwise, there's going to be yeah, heads might start to roll, I think.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, I'll bet on that happening then and see if I'm right. Might be your
Obviously,
sugar in.
oh yeah, obviously, I hope you're not. Uh, but yeah, some good games there. Well, more towards the later slate, and then on the prime time slots, the early slate, it's a bit of uh,
Yeah,
a bit of a non-affair. But we'll tune in for that Jags Colts game anyway. Those games are always fun.
yeah. And unfortunately, this means I might have to get some housework done early on in the day if it's not a very good slate. Might put a storm door on the garage, which I've been putting for several weeks. But yeah, as you said, it gets better the further we go into today.
Brilliant. All right. Well, until the next one, go well.
Go well.